businesswomen. The total amount is $217 million, and PSFU has $89 million for 5 years, and Ministry of Gender has $128 million. Honorable members, the activities that are more prudent in PSFU is mainly the GROW loan. And I think that it's been highly publicized. The GROW loan chairperson is meant for business women. It is supporting women to access loans from 4 million shillings to 200 million shillings. The GROW loan was designed based on the agreement that the World Bank had with the government of Uganda, and they selected initially to work with 6 participating financial institutions. That includes Centenary Bank, Finance Trust Bank, Post Bank, DFCU, Equity, and Stanbic Bank. Chair, the conditions of this money to the financing institution was that, 1, it must be able to be given to women who already have businesses. Women that are not benefiting from PDM, but are ready to graduate to either small or medium enterprises. The arrangement that the World Bank agreed as of now is that all loans must be paid up to a period of maximum of 2 years with a maximum interest rate of 10%. The other agreement that was agreed is that all loans given to women, there shouldn't be any processing fees, but non-statutory fees were agreed upon. Chairperson, the other few issues that we also have to understand is that the money is for individual women entrepreneurs or businesses that have 51% owned by women. And these businesses must be able to comply with the environmental and social safeguard standards of the World Bank. The loan also offers an incentive to a woman who pays on time. She gets back a bonus of between 5% to 10% based on the region. There are special incentives for people in refugee host communities, disabilities, and also minority groups like Karamoja, Batwa, Tipeth, and many others. As of today, Chairperson, we have disbursed the figures we have as of 31st December. We have given out loans to 2,175 women across the country. Chairperson, we have a splitting of how we've been able to perform across all the regions and across the districts.
Doctor,
you have 4 components, not so? Support to trade sector skills for women, 15 million US dollars, portfolio expansion grant and borrower performance grant, 35, line of credit for participating financial institutions, 35, and project management support, 4. We have a question on 4, and it may occur across all projects. This includes salaries, not so, and allowances of the $4 million, which totals up to, okay, the total is 89 million US dollars. Is that true? These are figures on the table as they are. Yes, the 4, I'm interrogating only the 4. The 4 is salaries and allowances.
Chairperson, the $4 million is the amount of the 5 years of the project period, and it includes project management, it includes operational costs. Operational costs have salaries, but it's not the largest amount. It has also costs to do with supporting in creating awareness, sensitization, purchase of the necessary infrastructure or assets to support the operations of the project.
Okay. Why we are asking is a lot of staff, we've seen it, a lot of you are staff of the Ministry of Finance. Not so, Doctor, you were staff of Ministry of Finance.
I am a project. Yes.
No.
the people in Dr. Ruth are all project staff.
They are not staff
They are not
of
in
your...
the mainstream. No,
They are not
in
on,
the mainstream.
on your payroll?
No, no, sir. No, sir.
Okay, for this one, let's leave it. Elsewhere it's different, but we shall go on. So she's just on project. Audit John, you ought to have had cumulative budget for this year was 22 million US dollars. Cumulative disbursement by 30th June was 18 million US dollars, 0.14. But unabsorbed was 3.2. So this $3.2 million. So the auditor says there, you have low absorption to a tune of $3.2 million. Any explanation?
So comes back to 2.12. But the under disbursement was because the project was in its initial stages of implementation, and all activities commenced during this during the financial year. We were basically working on the designs, especially for the loans. And Chair, as I've briefed you earlier, when you look at the current financial year, we've actually gone ahead to materialize those disbursements in the current financial.
All right. Honorable.
This grow, and I will bring my questions as they continue to respond. Members will bear witness. When they invited these people, women, in our districts, so many of them attended. And they attended so many meetings. So where there is under disbursement, and the response is, management acknowledges the observation and committed to ensure that funds are disbursed and absorbed as per project agreement. Going forward is redundant, and it does not satisfy our query here. Because if you look at the population, and at the later stage I will be asking the one leading the team to know how this thing is carried out. Because I can assure you, Mr. Chairman, they don't want to tell you the truth. Those who negotiate this grant, what are the demands and the requirements needed from the women vis-a-vis what is affordable by women they are meeting is a very key issue here. So I want her to continue raising her voice so that I don't lose direction. But the answer here does not, if you compare the number of women who have been attending, spending their money day by day, going to different areas to register, fill everything required, nothing should have remained behind. All the money should have been disbursed.
Okay.
And I'm surprised when Dr. Roth says it's because the project was not, some training was going on.
Can I give a guidance? I think we are better off discussing 1.1 with 1.11, 2.11 together with the 2.112.
Yes.
2.12. 2.12, let me give you up to, bring you up to speed. 2.112. You had a budget of 75.1 billion for the current year, and unspent during the year, representing an absorption level of 23% only. So they are falling short on disbursement, but even where money has been dispatched to them, their capacity to spend is at 23%. So they can't absorb the loan from the World Bank grant, And this is grant money, unlike the loans. So and that's how the money is spent. Yes, so I want you, when you are discussing, to focus both on 221 and 212. Okay.
Because, Mr. Chairman, if this money is not disbursed, I wanted Dr. Ruth to start from the onset. It looks like this money is kept within the center here. As I talk right now, this money seems to be going to those who have connections. When you go to the districts of northern Uganda, you will find a lot of money is being spent within Lira city, not other districts. I happen to be a resident in Aleptong and Amuria, but all these districts are saying they have not yet received the money. So where is our share? Because if it is for the women of Uganda, all women of Uganda are in all districts, including the district where my chairman comes from. Where is the money? Because we want to see this money going to the people for whom it is meant for. Dr. Ruth, I'm talking to you.
Okay, first things first. Let's first come good and explain to members how you, so far, you have dispatched the money.
Okay.
Which districts which districts have, and how much per district. But can we first deal with the question of failure to absorb?
Okay.
Thank you. It took time to attend so many trainings. And personally, I was excited with the introduction of GROW, because we know that many women do not have titles for land or buildings. Very few have. And I saw GROW as a solution to women enterprises. Now, all that has been done, the trainings and the equipping. But when it comes to the disbursement of the money, the requirements do not consider the failures on the asset base for women. They ask for titles for land. Many of them do not have. So finally, the applications are not attended to. But also, there are those who have been even assessed. They have capacity to give titles, but subsequently they tell them money is over. Money is over. And yet there is a write-up that it has been approved, but they are not given money. So we wonder where the problem is, and I think doctor should explain to us why such things are happening and why this money has not been disbursed.
Can we allow? Yes.
I think with the one giving the grant, the information we have, which is legitimate, by the way, much of this money in our local districts was spent on training women. Actually, they are not giving them even lunch or anything, training. Then, when you look at this money, through the banks you talk about, I'm going to give a situation of Kalungu. It is Masaka with women with big businesses that got the money. So why I'm interested, Mr. Chairman, to give us, as you gave the first 2 minutes to explain, as they were executing their agreement with the one giving us this grant, what conditions were put in place and what exactly happened. Because we are from rural areas. The type of women I have in Kalungu don't have big business. Some of them are actually rearing pigs. My delicacy, I'm sorry, the Muslims here. So we want to know, when you are executing this agreement with the one giving us the funds, what did you put in place and what were their conditions? So, because there is, Mr. Chairman, spending time, you welcome money, but you know the type of population that is going to get money from women don't have that type of business that requires a collateral in the bank, land title, requires an agreement, putting in maybe legal interest on land in bank. They don't have. But their businesses are small. And at the end of the day, you find a whole district, Kalungu, Aleptong, Amuria, no one has got money. So can we be educated on that? Then we continue querying. Because all the money is on account. And the money, Mr. Chairman, we are going to see here, has been spent on rich women plus training. It's very key, Mr. Chairman.
Chair.
Honorable Chair, we've learned from Dr. Ruth that the grant we are talking about is going to take a period of 5 years. Can you educate us more to be able to appreciate on how much you intend to receive per year? Because probably this also creates excitement. Money is money. When somebody talks about money, we expect to have it in the first year. So can you also be elaborate on how you anticipate, how much you anticipate to get for a period of 5 years?
Well, let me give a guidance. I think we shall be general. One, I strictly want us to stick to matters because under audit, our mandate also as a committee is not a sector committee. They report to a sector committee where the general discussion takes place. However, in terms, because I've seen where members want, can you first give us an update?
Yes.
Before you go into other things?
Okay.
Give us an update of the status as of now.
Okay.
What are you, what have you done, because that's general information. Then we shall go back to this to ensure members that, yes.
Okay.
Chair, support my coordinator by saying that there are different government interventions to support financing of people in business outside there.
But Doctor, I want to stop you.
Yes.
Can we get an update? Can we get an update for us to move forward? Members need a status quo. For this one, I know there is growth, I know there is microfinance, there is Myoga, there is what. People want now to concentrate on grow. Can we get an update of the status of what is happening, your widespread, your scope, what you have done so far today? That will put our meeting to a better footing.
Okay.
And then we go to matters audit.
And I would like to thank the members for the issues raised. Through you, Chair, I would like to share with the members, as I share my brief, just a detail of in which district has received money, how many loans, how much, which bank has been able to give. And I think that will help the members to appreciate how the GROW loan, not the project, but the loan, has been able to perform. Chair, I would like to share an update as of December 2024, because all these activities that we do are verified by KPMG. It was an agreement between government and the World Bank that whatever funds are given to the banks, before we give them an additional apportionment, they are verified by KPMG. So I would like to use that into sharing to members. So Chair, as the figures that as of December 2024, the government and the World Bank had approved an allocation of 120 billion shillings to the banks for 2 years, meaning annually 60 billion for lending to the banks.
Which page are you on? Is it here where you, is it?
Maybe let me share my copy with the Chair. I didn't make many for this one. I didn't know it will be. I've only shared the splitting. My colleagues can help me with this summary to the Chair. We have, I think, some 10 copies.
Yeah, 10
and,
copies. Give it to
Centenary Bank had received 12 billion shillings. Finance Trust Bank had received 12 billion shillings. Post Bank, 11.8 billion shillings. DFCU Bank, 7.9 billion. Equity, 1.8 billion. Stanbic Bank, 4.5 billion. This is the money that they had received from government by this time.
Do you have copies of what you are reading? Can you avail me a copy? Members, I want them, please first give us the copy of, you know our rules. Once you attempt to read the document, you saturate it. To JB here to quickly go and run enough copies for members.
Will be enough for the members.
Okay.
I'm requesting you, Madam, remove Kalungu as fast as possible. Yes, I'm very serious.
But Mr. with the due respect, Let us
Mr.
have a flow.
And I'm reading, Mr.
No, let us have a flow. Can we have a flow? Let's have flow, and then you will come. I'll give you first priority.
Yeah.
I'll give you first. Not there, but don't worry. Let's. Okay, let's.
For members, the loans disbursed by each individual participating financial institution by 31st of December, Centenary Bank had given out 728 loans amounting to 13.665.
Can you repeat the first one?
The amounts, the first table, Chair?
Yes, the first table.
Chair, the first table shows the amount of money that have so far been agreed upon to be given to the banks for a period of 2 years. And this is 120 billion.
So
And
far,
So far, we have given out by December 50.105 900, to make it easy, 50.1 billion has been given out as of 31st December 2024 to the banks.
Okay.
And the money, the loans disbursed by 31st December 2024, Centenary Bank had given out 728 loans amounting to 13.6 billion. Finance Trust Bank had given out 570 loans amounting to 12.2 billion. Post Bank had given out 557 loans amounting to 11.3 billion. DFCO Bank had given out 209 loans amounting to 11.2 billion. Equity had given out 111 loans amounting to 1.82 billion. Stanbic Bank had not given out any loans at this particular moment. Chair, I also wanted to share how these loans have been disbursed per sub-regions. These sub-regions, as per the guidance that Cabinet provided, Acholi sub-region, I think members can be able to see. We've also been able to allocate how much each bank has been able to give. We can see that Acholi sub-region had received 2.02 billion, Ankole 3.7 billion, Arua 375 million, Bugisu 1.69 billion, Bukedi 985 million, Bunyoro 928 million, Busoga 1.74 billion, Greater Kampala with Mengo 10.3 billion, Greater Luwero 511 million, Greater Masaka 3.19 billion, Greater Mobende 845 million, Kampala 19.3 billion, Karamoja 120 million, Chigezi 833 million, Lango 494 million, Madi only 16 million, Renzoli 770 million, Sebei 80 million, Teso 526 million, Toro 1.65 billion. Chair, the detailed sheet I've shared with the members can be able to show you how much loans have been received per district, how many loans have been given, and we can even tell who got the money, if any member has any. And these figures have been verified by KPMG, our auditors. Chair, distribution per sectors, and commerce got 43.5%, agriculture and agribusiness 25.4%, construction and engineering 11.6%, tourism, hospitality and creatives 3.5%, beauty, cosmetology and wellness 2.6%, manufacturing 2.2%, education and health 1.9%, transport and logistics 1.2%, other services 0.2%. Chair, when it comes to the age of the borrowers, as you can be able to see, the average, we have a range of 18 to 30 years of age. Those took 4.2%. The largest beneficiaries were between 31 to 55%,
Procedure, Mr. Chairman.
which is 53.2%.
Procedure, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, procedure.
Thank you. And even the regions, their districts showed. I wish she could tell us why other districts are not appearing even within the regions that they belong to. Yeah,
The-
because we are representatives of districts, even when we are in the regions. We want to know why other districts are missing out.
On this other table, in staff, there is at least there are districts.
Yes.
This is what we got
Some,
from the green
some.
staff.
Yes.
And I can
No,
assure
for
you,
example, let's be, for example, when they go to Acholi, the districts that have gotten money are the
Only
following. Amuru, Gulu, Kitigum, is Moy, Moya.
that's where my concern is.
Yes.
Then they have zero.
The
But
rest,
I'll get
the
there,
rest
Chair.
have zero.
Yeah.
So the implication is, if your district is not on this list, then so far they've gotten no money. Sad as it is what it is.
But why? Are they not part of Uganda is the question.
Chair, I'll answer that later.
In Uganda.
Can we
so
be
if
slow?
these districts are not there, are they not part of Uganda?
Can we go slow? Because so far that is 50 billion
Yes.
that has been given out.
Yes.
And the distribution is that absurd. I've seen here, I'm from Central Region. There is a huge money that has gone around Central. Other regions, you'd think there is a little bit of unfairness. Of course, I'm a chair of the caucus. I would have said, okay, of Uganda caucus here. But be as it may, I'm here as the national leader. I chair a committee for the whole parliament. We want to see equity. We want to see fairness.
Yes.
Even in distribution, for the little that there is. Can we proceed?
You note that single mothers, single women are 29%, married are 54.8%, widowed 2.7%, cohabiting 0.5%, divorced or separated are 1.6%, and those that were not comfortable reporting were 1.2%, and others 0.4%, and of course we had some missing data. Chair, I wanted to share briefly on what is coming out with the analysis that we have done. 98% of the grow loan borrowers are individual women entrepreneurs. Majority, that is 43.5% of the loans, are in trade and commerce, followed by agriculture and construction. 41% are new borrowers. This is helping to bring more women entrepreneurs into the formal financial system. Chair, also 77% of the total number of loans disbursed so far are at micro level. The loan size, when we say micro level, it means they are between 4 million to 20 million. The average loan size is 16.5 million. There are particular interventions we are doing in targeted regions. So we've made 64 loans in 5 refugee hosting districts, 51 in Kamwenge, 6 in Isinjiro, Chiriandongo 5, Koboko 1, and Ajumani 1. Early positive outcomes of the grow loan. Chair, we are seeing that on the women businesses, those that have been able to get loans, they have reported increased capacity in their businesses, and they have been able to purchase equipment, increasing livestock, building new shelters, increasing inventory, and many have already registered increased sales from these businesses. We've also seen new borrowers, and the attractive features of the grow loans has generated significant new women to the banking sector. We've also noted that we've had male spouses that have been able to support their women in providing security. Chair, on the indicative amounts that are available for lending, I would like to inform this committee that the cabinet guided that all the money available must be distributed equitably. And I think that now answers the question of the member. His Excellency was very clear that even with the limited money we have, we should be able to distribute it equitably across all regions of Uganda. The guidance that after getting this guidance, we looked at an indicator based on the UBOS latest survey. The indicator was looking at female working women population. After looking at that indicator, Chair, in this table, we have been able to ensure that the funds remaining are now distributed according to regions. And I think, as you can see, where regions are already negative or they have already utilized their allocation, they will not be able to benefit from the money already with the banks. And what we are doing at the moment is that if we allocate an amount of money to Acholi, we also go ahead to split it across the districts, and we are finalizing our engagement with the banks to ensure that as we give money, let's say to Centenary Bank, this amount of money is even spread to the branch level. This is under finalization, and that is the guidance that we received from Cabinet, which we are happy that the World Bank has been able to accept. Chair, I also want to take time to share some of the highlights in the detailed districts, and also maybe respond to the issues that have been raised by members. Honorable members, I've shared with you a detailed list of where the money is. The detailed list is able to indicate to you how many loans that have been given per region, and in each region we've been able to indicate which district. Any district that you do not see here on the list, it means they have zero loan. There are also districts in Buganda, Chair, that have no loan or have zero loan. So what we are trying to do, yes, even Chotela has zero loan. Chankwanzi has one. Yes. So, honorable members, what we are trying to do with the issue of especially regions that have 0 loans to 5 loans, apart from the commercial banks, government has engaged the World Bank, and the World Bank has agreed that we are going to onboard MDIs, Pride, Yugaford, and Opportunity Bank. We hope that they should be cleared in the nearest time possible by the World Bank, and once it is cleared and they officially inform government, we should be able to start the pilot with those MDIs. The arrangement with these MDIs is that they are going to offer loans that don't need collateral. We have agreed on the amounts of money that they can be able to give. They will not go below 4 million, but some will be able to give loans up to 20 million without collateral. And we are going to be very deliberate. Those MDIs are not going to work in districts where already they are getting the money. They are going to first give priority to any district in Uganda where there is no loan at all, but also to the refugee community where we have not been performing well. They have also considered onboarding a few circles. That arrangement has not yet been concluded, but we know that in the next coming 1 month or 2, we will have a few circles that can be able to support the women. I know, Chair, that honorable members might be asking, why is it that the banks are asking for collateral?
Yeah.
Chairman.
But the big, sorry to cut it, because even if you onboard on what? Pride. Where is Pride across the country? You onboard on Yuga, what? You are? Yuga? Yugako. The largest bank with the deepest penetration in the country, which is Stanbic Bank, looks like it has 0. And then you are going, because let me tell you, Centenary Bank, much as it is a big bank, it is not far deep in the country. Post Bank, I don't know how many networks has. Post Bank 57. Is equally the same. DFCU is also an elite Kampala-based and town council-based bank. Equity Bank equally is along the highway. So the bank that has the deepest reach in Uganda is the Stanbic Bank, has 0.
Mr. Chairman, besides that,
can you believe that? Has 0, and it's one that has the biggest spread of branches across, even ATM, even everything.
Mr.
It is
Chairman,
Stanbic Bank. I'm not campaigning for Stanbic Bank.
Mr. Chairman, besides that, what was in banks vis-a-vis the domestic banks? We also have housing finance, by the way, and the others. Now, why did they choose to go for foreign banks? And besides that, do you think a commercial bank would love to give out these low interest loans and leave their own loans that they give at a much more higher interest rate? I think there's something wrong.
No, but honorable colleagues, we interrogated, we don't want to go into a discussion we had last year. Last year, because most of this money is only 35 million US dollars that is for the people to access out of 217 million US dollars. The rest is in seminars, competition, where, and I've been assured there is a review that is going to take place. And the leg with gender, which has a lot of money that is not being accessed by women for training, for what, the rest of the money is in gender, over 100 and something million US dollars. So let us concentrate now. We've known the status. We've known the status. We only encourage, anyway, let me not
Mr.
conclude.
Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Chair.
Chair, I want to thank the coordinator, but also to thank her for accepting the realities that are now becoming visible. But also to thank the President for the new directive that he has given. The visibility, there's only one. There's only one. You are in waiting, and there's another Vice President there in waiting. Chair, the visibility, first of all, myself, I have campaigned for this project. I have popularized this project. But to my dismay, the project has not been felt by people on the ground. So the directive to realign is equally very important. But how I wish you consult with us also. Because we are the ones who help you speak to the beneficiaries, speak to those people who will uptake these funds. Consult with us. Me, I would have loved for this money to be felt everywhere. Businesswomen are scattered around the country. We would take the Myoga directive, the Myoga direction, whereby every constituency was given this money. We are able to mobilize women who will get this money. Because even when you leave it at the district, there are women who are well connected, who are well informed, who have taken this money, and that's why we are getting complaints. Every time there are barazas, women are asking, where is this thing called GROW? Where is this thing called GROW? We are ready for it, but we can't get it. So let's take this, decompose this, and take it to lower levels. The district is also big, like for me in Tororo Chair, where I have 48 sub-counties. You can never feel this money reach anywhere. And of course, the inequality that I have there,
Now,
for us, we are suffocating.
we are
Let's
now
get it
in
down.
general discussion.
Yes. I thank you very much.
I'm going to allow option is general. I will restrict it. Yes.
Mr. Chairman, I think all those concerned, the issue of banks even shouldn't arise. Countries like Kenya have shifted away from banks. They're using M-Pesa. They are paying all their elderly people money through M-Pesa, and the government gets taxes from the transaction. But here we are. I want to go to your page 3. Whenever I'm in this committee, I tend to avoid going to Kalungu issues alone, because these are general issues. But here you are, Mr. Chairman. Yeah, you have this Kalungu, which has 60 million. And on page 7, they are indicating that the whole district, they gave only 5 people. 5.
How much?
They have 61 million. And according to their statistics, from Centenary Bank, 5 women got, and in the DFCU, only 1 woman. And the information I have.
No, let me ask you. That is critical. Don't jump on it. Doctor.
Yes.
For Kalungu, is giving an example of Kalungu. You gave out 60 million. Is that
60.
So? So far 7.
They are 6. They are 6.
They are 6.
They are
5
6.
from Sentinel
Yes.
Bank and 1 from DFCU Bank.
Yes.
And why? But I can attest. You see, in Kalungu,
For you got even.
I know, Butambala has nothing.
Nothing.
Because
But it's
in your
okay.
area, you have no mobile money, you don't have anything.
And we
you
are
have
the
no
one
get
who have-
banking.
You know,
But
Butamba, you have a PSS.
Mr. Chairman, why I'm insisting on this, I want to dispute this money, because the facts I have, unless the cow of the district and the RDCs and those people who are manning the district are not involved in this exercise anywhere, plus political leaders. They don't know this money. But when you compare the number of women who attended training, Mr. Chairman, from east to west, and you end up giving only 5, it raises eyebrows.
Yes, honorable colleagues, why don't we ask a more in that regard? Is that for 2 years, you have been earmarked 120 billion. You have so far given out 50. I mean, starts with the year the project started, because we are now in the second year.
Yes.
Doctor, aren't we in the second year? Because that's for me a more bigger question. We are in the second year, and in the second year, out of 120 billion availed to you, you have so far been able to, as of now, because this is up to date, you have been able to only give out 50 billion. That means, is that 70? 70 billion, am I right? 70 billion thereabout.
Chair, the agreements signed with the financial institutions are for 2 years. The agreements became valid when government signed these agreements, and most of them were due in June. Most of the banks were onboarded in June.
June which year?
June last year, 2024. So the World Bank counted 2 years, the 2-year period of each financial institution. They allocated 120 billion for a period of 2 years. So typically, this particular financial year,
The first year.
it's like the first year, they only gave us 60 billion. And as I speak right now, it is almost. So what we are trying to lobby, government is asking the World Bank, is to front load the money for second year. Chair, the feeling when this loan was designed.
Can I ask
Mr. Chairman, my
do you
question
have,
disappeared on the
do
way.
you have the business in the pipeline?
Chair, the biggest challenge right now is that the demand for the loans is too high. Chair, I can give you an example.
Yeah, now,
we give
at
a
that point,
disbursement
yeah, man.
to Centenary Bank of 6 billion, but when the applications are like 13 billion. So we are trying to say the demand for women that are in business that need money is too high. We need to think beyond even the 120 billion. PDM per year gets over 800 billion. This one in a year was allocated 60 billion. So you realize that there are issues that is you hear appearing that have gone to a bank
Mr. Chairman,
and there is no money.
my question is disappearing. You see, when I raise the number,
For Kalungu.
the answer we have not got is the under absorption.
Okay.
We need to know why is there, and if you are telling us that the application, men are training, the applications are very many, but on your side, the Auditor General is saying there is under absorption. So where is the problem? Because me, I cannot believe that Kalungu whole district, with a member of parliament of my caliber, is having only 6 beneficiaries in 2 years, which I'm also believing, because the answer in Kalungu is stating that these are from Masaka, they are not from Kalungu. So what is, can we get a good answer? It can solve this query and go for another item. Why is there under absorption on your side?
Sure.
And I remember asking me, the head of the team, Mr. Sengonzi, that's why he was coming in, hiding within that where are the challenges between the ones giving what the bank has conditions and what we negotiated with them, hence the under absorption. Because the money is going back. I was asked by one person from gender, women, Mr. Chairman, if you allow me, to find women with a project in Kalungu if they have a market. In Kalungu, where I come from, how would we construct a market? Women, markets in Kalungu don't work like in Kampala, Chibuye markets. Because people in the market, they only buy fish, tomatoes, and others. So you construct a market worth 200 million, but people sitting there cannot afford carrying out business because the business they have are different from what you want. So tell us, where is the under absorption?
Honorable colleagues, we allocated 45 minutes for a project. We've had an update.
No, we have not, Mr. Chairman.
No. We have had let's ask a general question, not a lecture.
We should not have updates. We need the answers.
You see, that's what we are saying. We've gotten this far now. I allowed members to be given a general overview, and I will refer the rest of the discussion of this to a sector committee to flesh out the detail, because we cannot really find every answer here. So, but Seungu's question is, what is it that you are doing different now to ensure that there is absorption going forward? Is that what you wanted to ask? What is it that you are doing different now to ensure that going forward you speed up the absorption rate?
Thank you very much.
Not so?
Yes.
June last year.
Yes.
You know, you signed whatever agreement
Yes.
you signed, they started June.
And disbursements
We've
in
asked
July.
you a big question, is that why is the bank with the biggest network in the country is not receiving any monies? Because that would speed up absorption. It has the, then we've told you, tell us, what is in the, that's why I asked you, what do you have in the pipeline in terms of going forward? Tell us that I'm now going to board on these districts. I hope you should have had a schedule saying now, these are done, in the next lot, these are going to be, yes, the district that he has asked a simple question, that you are locked up with the concept of a bank. Countries are moving away from the concept of a bank to quicker, innovative means of reaching the people. Because today, PDM is on Wendy. Is it Wendy? It is on Wendy. And people receive their money on mobile money. But for you, you are locked up in that mode. You must go through a bank. And the bank has issues. Banks raise issues. So isn't there an innovative way that you are thinking where you can fasten this process? Those are the answers members
Chairman,
need.
one on Collateral. On a member.
No, one of them is not going to be paramount.
No,
Not
but
so?
Mr. Chairman,
MDs and circles, yeah.
raising this, she had applied for the loan, but her business, she's doing business here in Kampala here. So the Collateral is up country. That's why you've not seen the Bulambuli. The Collateral is in the Bulambuli. They said, no, you go to Mbale. When she went to Mbale, they said, no, your business is based where? In Kampala. So she remained hanging. So what do you mean by Collateral? I say Collateral is Collateral. But instead, the bank said, look for Collateral in Kampala.
Yeah, because I've listened carefully. She has said negotiations have taken place with the World Bank to looking forward.
Mr. Chairman, that's one of the reasons why there is under absorption.
Yes.
Because that person was frustrated.
I think you have had an answer. Ababi, could you have a different question? Ababi, because she's one of the people who attend these meetings, I cannot accommodate.
Thank you, Chair. I have a sick child. That's why I delayed. Chair, supplementary to what you have just said, I will wish to hear from them a strategy for a fair spread of this fund. There are many districts which have banks. For example, I have looked at this document. In the whole of Madi sub-region, we have only Lajumani with 16 million. Honorable Chair, I had a special meeting for all the women, over 400 women leaders in the district. And even the focal person did not have information on why people could not receive this money. So, Chair, this is a very big problem. Can you share your strategy? Because this is what is going to bail us out. And we have mobilized, and people are ready to do business using this money. Thank you, Chair.
Yes.
Honorable Chair and the members, thank you so much for your comments. They are really going over under absorption. Members, the issue was in the last financial year of under absorption for the period ending June 2024, year one of the project. And as you recall, all financial institutions, their agreements to be cleared by the World Bank, by the Solicitor General, they were signed in June, in the last week. During that time, that is when the system closes. It was not possible to disburse money to these banks. So the issue of disbursement is no longer an issue, and that is why all the money we've given out in this report, when you look at 50 billion, you've seen that we've already disbursed. That money has been given in less than a year. We have not yet ended the year. Those figures were for December, but the money allocated for the year is finished. And that is why I told you, honorable members, that we've engaged the bank, the World Bank, and requested them to upfront the money which was meant for year 2. On the issue of equity, honorable members, the issue of raise are pertinent. Where there are districts without loans, they are touching all of us, and it is not acceptable. We have engaged the commercial banks. The arrangement that government had with the commercial banks was that they were going to lend based on their procedures and processes, based on levels but not regions. We have written to them because cabinet guided that money has to be spread equitably. So right now, any further disbursement from January...
Can I make a...
Yes?
Sente eza gross za buli mukyala. Obuzibu obusinga bwe tufunye nti abantu balowooza nti sente eza gro za buli mukyala. Sente eza gro ze mukyala ayina bizinensi etegeerekeka. Abatalina bagende mu PDM. Gro bagyesonyiwe. Ekyokubiri programu eya gro si ya looni yokka. Sente eza gro ziri $1 million 217. Esente za looni zokka ziri $60 million. Ate mu mwaka ogumu mu myaka ebiri allocation ya bank seri billion 12. N'olwekyo eri abantu abalowooza nti sente nyingi nnyo nnyo lumu kye kireeta obuzibu. Abantu ne balowooza nti nyingi ate nga sente eziriwo si nyingi. Twalowooza nti abakyala nga badesigninga program waliwo endowooza nti abakyala abalina business abali mu business ezitegeerekeka batini. Naye ndowooza tukizudde nti demand abakyala ddala abalina bye bakola gye bali. Ekirala abantu kye balina okumanya nti sente zino yali grant si looni ku gavumenti ya Uganda. Yali grant World Bank gye yawa gavumenti ya Uganda era nga balina bye bakkiriziganyako nga ekolebwa. Ekisooka bakkiriziganya nti bagenda sooka kukozesa commercial banks. Eyo ye condition World Bank gye yakkiriziganya ne gavumenti nti banks zino zigenda kukozesa emitendera gyabwe nga bagaba loans. Fene tubateekako obukwakulizo nti looni eyo teyina kuyisa 10%. N'abakyala tebalina kubajjako sente zino ndala eza processing fees. Naye ne bakkiriza nti bajja kubajjako statutory charges. Ekirala abakyala kubanga banks ezisinga bwe twabawa sente balina okuzizza nga bwe twazibawa. N'olwekyo nabo balina okufuba ennyo okulaba nti banoonya omukyala oyo ayina business gwabawa sente. Banks ezimu zigaba emigabo endala zisaba security endala tezisaba security okusinzira naye nga ezisinga zisaba security. Buzibu ki bwe tusanze? Eriyo bwe twatandika programu eno twakiraba nti abantu abali mu bibuga kubanga ebiseera ebisinga be balina security be bamanyi okuwandiika ebitabo byabwe bafuna mangu sente. Era emunaba mufunye ripooti yaffe ndowooza tusobola okugibawa mugenda kulaba nti Greater Kampala ne Mengo ne Kampala Mbarara Masaka Jinja bafuna sente nyingi okusinga ku districts endala. Kakati okwewala ekintu ng'ekyo tusazeewo nti bwe tuba tuwadde banks zino sente tugenda kubanga tuzisplitinga cabinet ya guidinga tuzisplitinga okusinziira ku regions. Tulina regions 19 cabinet ze yasalawo nti bwe tuddamu okuwa banka sente tugigamba nti zino zinagenda mu branch eno n'eri kigenda kuyambako nnyo abantu abali eyo basobole okufuna sente ezo. Ekirala tukimanyi nti eri abakyala mu districts ezimu ddala batasobodde kufuna ku looni nga ekizibu kyabwe omusingo tebagwina naye nga bakola businesses ng'oli akola business ye era bw'oba ogitulidde ng'akulya ddala sente naye nga talina musingo. Kati abo tumaliriza ne World Bank yakkiriza nti egenda kukkiriza tukozeseyo microfinance institutions ne SACCOs ezisobola okuwola abakyala ng'abo nga tebataddeyo misingo. Naye ekyo tekigenda kukola Kampala tekijja kukola Kampala, tekijja kukola Jinja, tekijja kukola Mbarara. Kigenda kukola mu districts ezo ddala omuntu nga teyafunye ku ssente ya ggulu. Mu myaka egiddako mu maaso kiyinza okukola mu Kampala naye si kati. Essaawa eno twagala kulaba kiruubirirwa nti buli mukazi mu Uganda ayina kyatandise nga ayina bizinesi asobola okufuna ku ssente zimu. Looni yaffe etandikira ku miliyoni 4 paka ku miliyoni 2. Ekyo olwedde kikulaga nti bw'oba tosobola kufuna miliyoni 4 tosobola kubanga assets z'oba capital gw'okesa wa mitwalo 5 ate ng'oyagala za ggulu. Kubanga ffe tutandikira ku 4. Kikulaga bulazi nti oba tokola ki kati abaagala emitwalo 5 abaagala miliyoni mugende mu myoga mugende mu PDM. Ffe tutandikira ku 4 ate tekigenda kukyuka. Kijja kuyamba lwaki ffe tetwajiridde muntu wa wansi nnyo, twajiridde muntu wa wansi ali ready okwambuka. Era kyenjagala okubagamba nti ne ssente zino ze tulina ze twakagaba abantu abasinza okutwala looni okuva ku miliyoni 4 paka ku miliyoni 2 be basinga obungi. Percentage eri 77%. Loans ezisinga abantu bafuna miliyoni 5, miliyoni 6, miliyoni 7, miliyoni 8, miliyoni average loan is miliyoni 16. Era ekyo ndowooza kisinza okuleeta obuzibu ti abantu abasinga nga mawe manjagala 5 kwange nenfuna eza ggulu naye ate abagala miliyoni 5 eriyo abakyala nga bakola mu butale mu bizinesi ez'omubuulo balina buwoteri bwabwe mu butale beetaaga ssente za ggulu. Oli ayagala agule fridge, ayagala agule obutebe, ayagala agule kuuka, ayagala agule woomaazi nga yeetaaga miliyoni 4 nga zeetaagira ddala. Naye omukyala oyo nga talina musingo. Kati omukyala ng'oyo nga talina musingo gwe tugenda okulaba omukyala oyo MD ayoba microfinance institution esobola omuyamba. Twagala n'okubiriza abasajja bayambeko ku bakyala ku misingo kubanga abakyala abafumbo babadde 53%. Namba nene out of all the borrowers. N'olwekyo abaami tubasaba mubeere balungi nnyo. Ekirala group guarantee ekkirizibwa. Bwe mubanga abakyala olina bakyala baba kwesiga nga basobola okugarantinga ekyo nakyo kisobola okukola kubanga banks bwe ziba ziwola ssente zikitunia naye bwe tunatandika okukola SACCOs ekyo tekijja kuba kizibu. N'omukyala talina musinga ajja kubanga asobola okufuna ssente. Performance njibalaze era njabba wako ku report mufuneko copies nembalaga nti bwe twatandika World Bank bwe twadesigninga nayo bwe yatuwa government bwe yakkiriziganya nayo teyateekawo miwatwa nti eno region giwe zino kino kizeewo kati. Bwe twatandika okukola programu eno ne tukizuula nti abantu mu Kampala, Wakiso, Ntebe, Mbarara, Masaka, Jinja bafunye ssente nnyingi okusinga ku balala kubanga jjukira twogera ebintu mu bbanga lya myezi 4 ne tugamba tugenda kukola tutya ku ssente ezisigaddeyo kubanga ate ezisigaddeyo kumpi zenkanakane ze twakagaba. Kati ezisigaddeyo ne tugamba nti tugenda kuzikwata tulabe nga tuzigabanya buli region buli district kisobola otuyambako nti n'omukyala ali ewala ennyo asobola okufuna ku ssente ya ggulu bw'abeera nga alina obusobozi. Ekisinga okunuma nti eriyo abakyala balina obusobozi naye ate ssente mu banka nga teziriiyo kubanga abalina obusobozi bangi era bajja bagamba nti nasaba dda buli kintu n'enkiteekayo. Kyova olaba nti tusabye World Bank etuyambe nti ssente ze baali batuwadde ez'omwaka ogwokubiri batukkirize tuzi offloading tuziwe banks bazigabe. Ministry ya Gender kubanga bw'otunulira $217 million ssente eza loan tulinako ni $60 million. Ministry of Gender ina $1 million 138 ezo zibeeranga biliyoni ndoozanga 5 naye bajja kubannyonnyola kuba nabo balina enteekateeka nnyingi ez'abakyala balina emisomo egy'abakyala balina apprenticeship balina n'okuyamba abakyala bye bakolera baba improving bye bakolera era nsubira nti mu bbanga ttini nnyo PS ajja kubanga naye ayongera okugayidinga ssente za gender kye zigenda okukola. SACCOs districts ezitalina banka ezitalina mu banks ezimu zina outreach programs era nsubira nti bajja kukozesa outreach programs zaabwe ezo abantu babeere nga baza accessinga ate districts ezimu mulimu ne agent banking nti oli ne waaba nga bamukozeko bajja ne bakampinga ne bakola nabo bwe bamala ne bakozesa agent banking abantu ne bafuna ssente ate banks endala zikozesa mobile money era abamu batandise kikozesa ne basasula abantu ssente zaabwe ku ssimu zaabwe.